Hi again. So lately I've been also thinking about Dr. Ratio, the new imaginary hunt character. And I think not much have been said about him because of the spotlight Yuan Mei took. But I've been thinking about him. I've seen some videos of what he does, well at least the videos showing his skills in Ultimate. And it looks pretty sick, like having rocks drop on top of enemies. But yeah, now, at first glance, he looks like a bland character because he has white clothes on, but he has a lot of muscles, well, compared to other characters, and his name is Dr. Ratio, so he does have some cool points. But let's see what value he has for us. So I'll just pull out his info here, and let's see. Alright, 5-star hunt, imaginary character. So you already know he's a good boss fighter. Kind of reminds me of Walt, but Walt is he has erudition, which is I still have no clue what erudition is good for other than AoE, I guess. But yeah, okay. His basic attack, this yeah normal hit. You grab your book. He apparently has like some sort of concrete book in his hand, and he just bonks someone in the head with it. And that's the single target normal attack. His skill, so it triggers. It's a single target attack that triggers his talent one time, and every debuff the target has can trigger their talent once, up to a maximum of 4 times. So you need 4 debuffs on the enemy, and it then does 187% of Doctor Ratio's attack. So he's an attack scaler, kind of just like Walt, and he just does the talent. Alright, so let's move on to ultimate. We'll go over the talent after the ulti. The ulti does imaginary damage to around like 300% of Dr. Ratio's attack to a single enemy target, and applies Wise Man's Folly. When other enemies attack a target affected by Wise Man's Folly, Dr. Ratio has a 30% chance to launch a follow-up attack against the target due to his talents. Alright, so he has a follow-up based kit. Wise Man's Folly can be triggered up to 2 times. After Dr. Ratio uses his ultimate, the trigger count for the follow-up attacks are refreshed. So whenever he uses his ultimate, he could use 2 follow-up attacks. Wise Man's Folly only affects the most recent target of Dr. Ratio's ultimate. So his ultimate is like some sort of target indicator for the follow-up attacks. Just read the summary. Yeah, so he just does the damage and inflicts this debuff called Wise Man's Folly, which allows follow-up attacks. Yeah, that's really just it. And his talent, he gains buffs after Doctor Ratio launches an attack that did not defeat a targeted enemy. You launch a follow-up attack against that enemy. Wow. If the target is defeated by the original attack, launch a follow attack on a random target instead. Both versions of the follow attack deals imaginary damage equal to 400%. Whoa, that is huge. That is stronger than CLA's ultimate. This effect can be triggered once per Dr. Ratio's attack. And these are the buffs that you could get. 15% attack, 5% crit damage 15%, or speed 6.25%, stacking up to 3 times for each. And each of these lasts for 3 turns, so you get like 4 buffs per skill. Okay, so the skill is how you get these random buffs. You get like a random one every time you trigger your skill on a target that has 4 debuffs, that is. So you need like a heavy debuff team. So basically you want Yuan Mei with him, because Yuan Mei does a lot of debuffs. Yeah. So after reading this, I'm guessing he does follow-ups on his attacks. I don't think it has. It says only ultimate, but I'm guessing every time you attack, there's a chance to send out a follow-up attack. Hmm. I'll take a look again later. Alright, this technique taunts enemies. Okay, so he drops down a rock like a flexing sculpture and it taunts enemies towards the sculpture. So it's like, you know how Amber drops down the thing from Genshin? She throws down some puppet? Yeah, that's what that is. And it reduces 15% speed for 2 turns. Alright, traces. Whenever Dr. Ratio's teammates attack a target affected by Wise Man's Folly, it triggers his talent attack by 8% for every debuff on the target, up to a maximum of 40%. So it's not really a big deal. It basically increases the chances of him doing a follow-up attack by 8% for every debuff the target has. So let's just say the total of 5 debuffs, that makes 40%, I'm guessing. That's what they meant. So every time an ally attacks, it could increase up to 40% chance to make a follow-up attack, which is really nice. More imaginary damage, attack. Whenever a skill is used to attack a target, there's a 100% chance to reduce the attack target's resistance by 10% for 2 turns. Kind of useless. 10% is nothing. More attack, more imaginary. When Dr. Ratio is on the field, all allies deal 10% more damage to debuff enemies. Oh wow, this is nice. 10% more damage. I mean, that's basically all the time. This is a really good trace. 7% defense, useless. Nice, nice, attack, nice, defense, useless, attack, okay. And then Eidolon's is probably the same for every character. Talent buff stacks increased by 2, decreases duration by 1 turn. Oh wait, I mean increases duration by 1 turn. Yeah, it's also insanely like I've noticed that every single E1 of a character is like insane quality of life by increasing durations. Increases trigger by 1. Increases damage by 50%. Holy cow, or his E6 is pretty insane for himself. Yeah. Deals additional 20% damage for every debuff on the target. Yeah, his E1, E2, and E6 are insane. Alright, so this is his weapon. Increases crit damage by 20%, which is okay. For every debuff on the enemy target, the crit damage dealt against them increases by 6% up to a maximum of 3 stacks. When the wearer attacks the target with the ultimate, the wearer receives Disputation effect, increasing damage dealt by 36%, and their follow-up attack ignores 20% of defense, lasts for 2 turns. Alright, so yeah, it's really made only for himself. So you need a character that does ultimate damage while doing follow-up attacks. So the only other character I think is Jing Yuan and him. But Jing Yuan's Lycone is probably better for Jing Yuan, so there's no point of getting this one for Jing Yuan. Every debuff 3 times, so 18%. Oh crap. 18% more crit damage, plus that 20%. So that's 38% crit damage and 36% more damage, and then ignores 20% defense. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure his main DPS output is his ultimate's follow attacks. Because the only way he could get follow attack is through this ultimate that gives you 2 stacks of follow attacks. Unless I'm like missing out on his talent, which I hope I am, because I really hope there's more than just 2 follow attacks on him. Unless you could spam his ulti, then that's good too. Which does make sense because, you know, it says it only affects after using their ultimate, so hopefully this is the case. Yeah, let's kind of go back to the talent. So he is a follow-up attack character, so perfect if you have a topaz like me. I'm like a topaz main, so I'm like looking for new members to add to my team. So he is a candidate. But after watching his skills, I mean I've seen the battle thing. Let me go to the bottom. I know it shows combat. Look, normal attack. This is the skill. Shoots math stuff out. I'm guessing that's the debuffs he has and he calculates and does more damage. Normal attack, he clonks them in the head with the concrete book. This is the ultimate? Yeah. Ultimate, he drops the wise man's volley. Yep, and does big damage. And then does it show the talents? I don't think it does. Yeah, this is a skill again. Yeah, it doesn't show the talent. It's too bad. But I remember there was some other video that you can find on YouTube that you could see him doing the talent where he just throws some spear-like projectile. It was like some stone that just flies towards him, kind of like Pele's attack. Every time his talent triggers, and on his icon next to a circle, there should be two stacks, just like Ho-Ho's thing. And every time he has a stack, I think he could do his talent. That's what it does. I mean, at least what the Wise Man's Folly does from his ultimate. But I don't know how else he procs the follow attack. Like based on his talent, it doesn't really say that it's only due to the ultimate. But over here, it says after Dr. Ratio launches an attack that doesn't defeat an enemy target, he launches a follow-up attack. So as long as you don't kill someone, you launch a follow-up attack. And even if you do kill someone, it launches a follow-up attack on a random target instead. So it's weird. Maybe the only way you could get the talent is through ulting. But yeah, I guess we just don't have enough details, or we do, but I'm just coping because I really want him to be good because I am a follow-up connoisseur. I love all follow-up characters. I feel like follow-up characters are most interesting in starrail for me at least because I just love seeing extra attacks. It just makes me feel good. And yeah, that's really just it for him, I guess. So just let me know maybe in the comments if you know more about how his follow-ups work, or like at least because I really hope it's not just only two follow-up attacks from his ultimate, but that's probably it. Hopefully his energy cost isn't too insane. Like maybe it's 120, then that makes sense. As long as it's not over 120 energy, then maybe I'll roll him, but definitely not the light cone. But yeah, that's it.